Hi guys, it's me again. It's time for another story. It's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344 on July 11th, 2019. It is the day of the 11, which is the Justice card, and the day adds up to 30, which is a 3, and is the 4 of Wands, the Union card. So we have 7-11, the Chariot, and the Justice card. So moving in boldly for justice into union. The 30 and the 3 have to do with authenticity and self-expression coming together in joy. And the 11, of course, is a 2 of the High Priestess and the feminine energy, in rising our feminine energy into balance so that we're all balanced and can come into harmony with our divine partners. Crazy 8s was definitely coming up today, and the imbalance in them. And the read for the masculine today was done at 11:44. So the 11 of Justice, the 44 of the 4 of Cups, mastering, grounding, and integrating. And let's see here. Yep, I'm going to get right into that. There's definitely a story here. You're going to love the story's ending today. And we keep getting the movement forward, guys. I don't want you to ever lose your knowing. And it's just all about staying present. So the masculine at 11:44, the major arcana were from the Syrian Starseed deck: the Great Wheel, like the Wheel of Fortune, Alchemy, which is like the Temperance card, Reflection, like the Hermit, and Guidance, like the Hierophant card. Before the read, we had one major arcana. It is Reason, which is like the Emperor. So we have here the 6 of Pentacles, the 5 of Cups, and then this was the Emperor, the Reason card, and then the Knight of Wands on top. He's called the Adept of Flames in this deck. The message and coding were all about abundance today, which over here, which you can't see right now, which I'll show you the numerology cards. The top card was 88 of abundance. The 8 and the 8 next to each other, I told you, is the masculine and feminine standing side by side, harmonized, okay? Also, not part of the read, because these were the next 3 cards after the numerology cards that came out of the deck, but I did want to show them to you. Effort, parenting, and creativity. So it's very much about creative parenting, but I want to show you the numbers on these 3 cards as well, the way they came out, okay? See that? 333 and 6-1 is taking a risk. That's that 7 of Swords card. So triple 3s. So it's all about the joy, but also the 6 and the 1, right? 6 is love and 1 is magician embodiment, okay? And bringing those 3 3s together, and 333 is the 369 of the 3D 5D, okay? So I just want to show you that and show you the yellow of the 3D, right? The confidence and the overconfidence. Whereas the colors for you got for the Divine Masculine came out today, which is part of your energy as well, came out pinks and oranges and purples today, which you'll see them when I change the camera over. All right, so the message about abundance today and the numbers that came up were 8, 65, 19, which is the Sun, 73, which is the 5 of Pentacles, 22, the Fool. 65, by the way, was the King of Pentacles, which was significant here in the read. 44, the 4 of Cups. 66, the Queen of Pentacles, also in the read. The sequence 4, 5, 6, which is right in the middle, the sweet spot, right? Also the Emperor, the Hierophant, and the Lovers. And then 24 is the Queen of Wands. 45 is the 5 of Cups. 56 is the 2 of Swords, which is that being in your knowing. And 68 is the Page of Pentacles. And then 511 came up, which is interesting because today is 7-11, and 511 came up in the coding. So going from the 7 of the Chariot, which is that bold movement forward, to the 5 of the Hierophant of change and expansion. So let's see where that takes us, okay? That Chariot of ours. And about abundance in the 88. There's a couple different interpretations I was getting here, so let's piece it together for you, and then I'll get right into the read. And don't forget, make an effort for creative parenting. That's kind of like a sidebar, side note to the read. right? You don't need to be overconfident. You just need to express yourself naturally. Overconfidence comes up in the read, and that's why that came up today. So the King of Pentacles definitely came up in the coding here today. Being very good at, and Bob Saget was coming up as the Divine Masculine. So the King of Pentacles, good at Bob Saget, or taming the god, right? Or taming the beast. But I was getting taming the god here, the god complex. The Queen of Pentacles comes up also in the read with the King of Pentacles regarding supporting and balanced abundance, all right? So too much or too little or overspending, those issues. The King of Pentacles in a department of the Screen Actors Guild. So definitely acting was coming up since Bob Saget came up right away, and now the Screen Actors Guild. The Strength of the Gods in the 8 of the dance. The Queen of Pentacles remastering, or actually mastectomy came up here. But for me, that's also code for an imbalance, right? You only have half. It's like the twins. You only have half of your whole. It's like having a mastectomy one, but that could be coming up for someone as well. Also, someone might be getting, coming up with the Screen Actors Guild, someone might be getting a mastectomy due to using implants, is from what I was getting here. Also, sci-fi came up, after death, an after-death test, so after your dark night, test, or aiding part-time. Saggy, which I get as code for God sometimes, right? He's the kind of genie in the bottle, kind of like with the Sagittarius energies of expansive knowledge. I was getting the Saggy-ite, you like it, all right? And the fight. The E-Sage as opposed to Osage Avenue, I was getting E-Sage. So there's definitely a fight going on, and this is definitely a neighborhood because Osage was a big fire on a block. About money and regarding supporting the karmic's imbalance in regards to abundance and what that means and transmuting it. So whoever the King and Queen of Pentacles are, they can be the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine, but it can represent a married couple as well, so it can represent that karmic. But I was definitely getting the karmic energy coming up here as far as being, and there was an imbalance here. Crazy eights, like, definitely overspending came up here, but it can be overabundance in anything, right? Always needing too much of everything. So also, let's see. I was getting 5-5, right? And for me, it was bringing up Live Aid. I was getting 5-aid, like Live Aid, right? So Live Aid was to help expand and help others. So if you have that opportunity, say yes to that opportunity to expand part-time. Sagittarius energy was coming up here as well as Leo or ego. But the Sagittarius coming up as strong like God, like bull, you know, strong like bull. With the wise Queen of Pentacles, so the Divine Feminine being very wise with her abundance. And maybe there can be something learned between people there. The energy regarding mastery of abundance. If 5 is good at, or aiding part-time, the Hierophant, Taurus, change and expansion. Sagitt or strong Sagittarius, Queen of Pentacles remasters her abundance. And they do this side by side. So it's also about coming together, how you rebalance each other out. So wherever your overindulgences or underindulgences are, when you come together, those kinks will work themselves out. You just have to allow the 8 next to the 8 to do the dance within and then to do the dance together. And then I was getting, I can do anything better than you can. I can do anything better than you. Yes, no, you can't. Yes, I can. No, you can't. So you see where that's coming up, where the twins are coming together. So that's from Bye Bye Birdie. And not trying to compete with each other and doing things better, because the twins are complements, right? So whatever one's really good at, the other one's not going to be great at. The things where you really come together are things where you're both average at that. So you're good at it, but not great. And that's where you have common ground. And then where you're really good at something, you complement each other because that's what the other person lacks. So use it to your advantage. Don't use it to compete with each other. And that's especially going to be true with the masculines because they tend to want to compete. But the feminines definitely, some of those feminines out there are very competitive as well. So please take note of that. Okay, so then again, it was all about abundance. And abundance is also the A-B-U-N dance. B-U-N is a marker of clearing out the blood through the kidneys, okay? So it's literally transmuting energies, the abundance. You're always transmuting, you're always doing the dance between you and yourself, you and your partner, and then you and the rest of the world. And this is what you do together. When you come together, you are doubly strong, okay? I'm getting a really strong fabric unit, that kind of energy coming here. Strong bow. Okay, so that's definitely the energies coming up. As I get into the read here, the King of Wands, or excuse me, the Knight of Wands. King of Wands is in here too, though. The Knight of Wands starts out the read. You can see there with the candle. Done fighting to accept love, or love offered to one losing or lost a fight or competition, or a performance that didn't go well. Okay, so that can be kids as well. The King of Swords drained or ill due to awakening, illumination, a big head, or radiation treatment. Trying to balance sadness, loss, grief, regret of the Emperor, activities, and passionate movement. Offered a cup of love with something in it. It could be poison. It definitely looked like somebody was offered something, so it could be a date rape drug, because that came up in the read today as well. But somebody could be trying to poison someone, or putting something in their drink, or just trying to give them alcohol when they know they shouldn't have it. All right, so this is a lot of stuff of that kind are coming up in this read. So something could be in it. So somebody could try and be, and Munchausen's came up today as well. So that's crazy stuff. But or chemo took it all out of them, which is also poison, and now they're on radiation treatments. Or someone with cancer gave up the fight and or recently passed. The King of Swords staying under the radar to see the light. One with big head or awakening and busy. The Queen of Swords speaking passionately, moving towards horse with no name. As the gate opens, will the stallion take off, or will he be still? Bringing in another tamed horse to motivate the wild beast or shy stag. Death of a pink rose, a compromise come to with dysfunctional family or family loss. Could have been a death of extended family member with heaven on heaven in their eyes, literally. So you might have actually seen them pass and actually saw the heaven in their eyes, which actually could be a beautiful thing. The family could have a spending issue, too many activities or choices, or too many big dreams to fill. Seeing synchronicities with family everywhere about the feminine, and that's becoming disturbing to them, waiting for it to end. First time leaving the family or the group, so it also could be the first time for someone leaving the family or group, like a cult walking for the first time on their own. A friend to coach them forward out of the gate, and the Queen of Swords healing, guiding, or connecting and leading in the 5D. The Knight of Wands has lots to get done. Sometimes it takes a village to care for one child, to coach them out of their shell. You can do it. The little engine that could, with those who support their dreams. No naysayers here, please. The King of Pentacles dreams sweetly of what it would be like to be free, and open heart to justice, judge, Libra, or be more like Aries, unafraid to leap. Divorce or other kind of break, work, group, or church, different perspectives, part or disband. But even though the secret's out, third party or others may be unaware or ignorant to it. Old man left inheritance, or gambled and won, or someone's father telling the divine masculine, take the gamble and go get your dreams. Dark night. Okay, so Batman's coming up here again. Or father giving him multiple options and he must choose one, or has to split all the stuff with siblings. One of 3, 4, or one of 7, but dogs may also inherit as well. Last rites, and who will take over the kingdom, the dynasty. The Divine Masculine, what is your destiny? What makes you truly happy day to day? Because poof, it could all be gone in a moment and go away. As he watches his kids mourn for their grandfather or someone like that, he may have let go of family business in a death or divorce. A noble, a Scot, or a statesman versus Viking priestess, everyone, not on same page, one icy with hooks and conditions, black and white, and the other warm and balanced, porridge just right. And opposite ends with no middle ground to work with, or at opposite ends with no middle ground to work with, especially regarding children. Peter Pan all alone in his room with flowers in feng shui spot to perfect the energy lines with a heart, but nothing. Dreaming of the girl, romantic tie, doesn't know how to find the words to take back what has happened, not protecting her and involving her in a tryst, or just couldn't move due to hands tied due to protecting kids who may be acting up even. Lizard always watching, at night trying to get work done with twin on his mind. How could she not hold it over his head forever and a day? Writing letters, compositions, fancy penmanship. Nothing is enough to say I love you, but others came first. Loyalty, contracts, kids, and desires. But what is it all worth if love never fits into or factors into your life? Save the day or save yourself. You're not much good to them either if you're dead. That was at 114. 1 is the Magician, 14 is the Temperance card, the Patience, the Angels. I never promised you a rose garden, he says, while holding 2 others. And don't forget the Temperance card came up reversed today, so it's all about patience today as well. So as I turn the page, it's 115. 1 is the Magician, and 15 is the Devil. Okay, so some of the shadow side stuff is coming up here. And when the Magician's not reversed in this reading, it's actually upright. But when it's reversed, it's all about insecurities, which causes manipulations. But when you learn to tame the beast and tame those manipulations, then it becomes manifestation abilities. So patience comes up as number 2 in the cards, as well as pride was beneath that in the underlying energies, which is number 19, the Sun. And pride has to do with your children as well, right? So they're always important, but when children come up, it's always, which they do here in the underlying energy of the romance angels in front of you, it's about them affecting your love life, all right? So you each have your own journey, and the children, of course, you love them and take care of them, but they have no say in who you love. That's your choice as an adult and as your separate journey from them. So the Emperor's scheming behind the scenes, depression over love lost or lack of affection, patiently tasting fire and water together to sample what it's like to have the best of both worlds, Jupiter and Sagittarius. This could be a female Sagittarius who thinks the Divine Masculine is just a court jester, entertainment, a joke, a fool. To think the Queen of Pentacles reversed would want anything to do with you, or thinks or is telling the Divine Masculine that he's a fool to be interested in that ungrounded, greedy, depressed, old, or stupid woman with no sex drive or affection. The karmic feeding the Divine Masculine with her own projections of her own self, or thinks he's an idiot for skywriting or naming a star. All that romantic BS per karmic. Someone scared of female Sagittarius who may do spell work, potions, or drinks too much and is a loose cannon. A child may be scared of greedy mother or unaffectionate mother, or, like I said, a loose cannon, and hits them, or verbal abuse, or throws things, and then I see someone ducking, okay? And I know this because my mother definitely threw things. Sagittarius, Aries, Aquarius, Gemini, and Queen of Pentacles reversed. This Sagittarius energy wears ankle bracelets and joker pants below the knee, Aladdin slippers, lots of ribbons and bows, baton throwing circus act. Okay, so the Queen of Pentacles, so definitely somebody might, work in that industry where they do performances or performance art, or it could be sports as well. But the Queen of Pentacles reverse she still continues, would never fit into our clan. Shrimp and lobster, always on the menu. Something fishy with claws or crawfish here. And then I was getting STDs, female with venereal disease, or standard delivery, mail order bride. How could lobster be with someone who eats lobster for breakfast? Or the Queen of Pentacles, someone who pays for sexual services, or birthing an alien from God knows where. So this is all the karmic talk, naysaying to the masculine. But if you flip all that stuff around, the Queen of Pentacles is the lover of his dreams. An impatient fire-breathing dragon is the real fool. Fly on the wall, heard it through the grapevine. The Knight of Wands and Queen of Pentacles reversed, synchronicities of third party through work, church, school, or place of co-creation. And as I was writing this down, a huge barge horn blew outside, and it wasn't a barge. I don't live near water, but it was equipment that sounded exactly like a really loud barge coming in. So as soon as I wrote that down, I wrote blowhard. So again, the Knight of Wands and Queen of Pentacles reversed their synchronicities about the third party through work, church, school, or place of co-creation, blowhard. So it's obviously someone talking a lot and don't know what they're talking out of their butt. An affair with two women, patience and dreams versus ego and drains, clogged pipes. Recently, two flames not expressing, no back and forth, no quick movement, or there's a delay, defenseless to the energies, attacks, overgrown weeds and vines, or in other words, the grapevines. Heard it through the grapevine. Of the wounded warrior victim finding peace when her shipment comes in. Her kids are his, her property, precious cargo. That's a wound of property. Kids go back and forth in a divorce, one playing the victim role in Pirates of the Caribbean, hostage of the children, wanting to send them back as soon as they get there, refusing delivery of the goods, your own kids, or one trying to put them off on the other when it's not their day and that other person has plans already, right? So that's something the karmic would do. So 1 and 145 comes up here as the Magician and the 45 of the Five of Cups. So the Magician and needing to let go of the past, passing the baton from the third to the fourth leg of the race, but also in just passing the baton back and forth when taking kids back and forth and being fair about it. You can't just show up and drop kids off because you don't feel like taking care of them, okay? Then it's your responsibility to get a babysitter because the other person has plans, period. But this is someone, playing the victim. So just showing up without calling, etc., you know how it goes. Or just twins dealing with energies and synchronicities while trying to function, to learn how to be happy again, choosing the left, the feminine, and dreams come true, as opposed to dysfunctional family. Messenger of truth coming in quickly to offer love again and again, more grounding and integrating for the divine masculine in order to master downtime, and now more downtime as well, which may be difficult for him since he has so much to get done. So before I continue, I'm going to show you around the page, but I also want to tell you the court cards and the signs, whether they were up or down today. So the Emperor and the Empress were both upright today, and all of the kings were upright today, as well as all of the knights. So the masculine energies and the movement energies are really good here. Today, all of the queens were down except for the Queen of Swords. She was up and down. In the underlying energy, not even the underlying energies. Within the read, the Queen of Swords is both upright and reversed. So it could be two different people, or it could be just one person going back and forth. The pages, the Page of Swords and Page of Pentacles were reversed. The other two were upright. Libra was upright and reversed. Aries upright, Pisces reversed. Leo very reversed. Taurus upright and reversed, as well as Aquarius, Scorpio, Gemini, and Cancer. They were all upright and reversed. So two people are up and down. Capricorn upright, Virgo upright, Sagittarius reversed. Okay? So I'm going to show you around the table before I go on. All right. So we have here the underlying energy of that Adept of Flames or Knight of Wands. Recent past is the Two of Flames or Two of Wands, like the twins. Then we have the underlying energy down here, which is pretty much covered, is that Queen of Wands. You can't see her at all. She's covered with all that stuff, that crap, and I'll show you above too so you can see from above and below. Okay, so you see all the cards. Then we have the center, which is the Great Wheel, and the challenge, the Queen of Pentacles, which is coming up reversed or ungrounded here. Then we have the crowning position is the alchemy or temperance card. Okay, here's the other underlying energies as we bridge across to the near future here, which is the, you see the re there, that's the reflection for the Hermit card. Okay, that's called reflection in this deck. Then we have the masculine, how he sees himself is that Eight of Wands, but that's reversed today, so not expressing. There's all the romance cards, romance angels. And then we have what's around him or how he's seen is that Hierophant or guidance card. Okay. And you see that there as well. Then the blocks that he needs to clear is that King of Wands, and he comes up as the shaman in this deck. And then as we get here, we have all the numerology cards. You see the 88 there on top with the abundance. And the ending cards, which is the Six of Swords, which you can't really see. You just see clear skies, which it is upright, so that's good. The Four of Swords was reversed. The Two of Cups was reversed. And then the Four of Pentacles, which is upright, which is the Divine Masculine's heart, the Batcave. It ends there. That's all the cards. And you see little ashes on the table. So ashes to ashes, dust to dust might be coming up because I wasn't getting that at all in the read until just now. Okay, and these are those three other cards that I showed you already. Okay, so let's go on with the rest of the read. I'll turn this more so you can see the second half of the read now. Let's see here. Okay. Okay, so as we continue on, the Divine Masculine could be, again and again, more, the grounding and integrating. So he's grounding and integrating and realizing there's more downtime every time he has to ground and integrate because he can't function. Divine Masculine could be refusing kids if he is really drained, or karmic starting her ascension path and her being drained and refusing kids. Twins finding peace with each other amidst craziness around them. The foundation here is the Queen of Wands reversed, the worst over of a 3-hour tour. I was actually getting 3-hour cruise. Cruising and motoring, so that came up, and boat overturned came up. It could be a houseboat. Unhappy, dissatisfied, or chucking their cookies, and Chucky was just coming up now. Vomiting or throwing Cookie Monster out. Sovereign and the Page of Wands kids. Juggling, breakup, disconnect, divorce, or 3-year tour, so someone might be back from the military or still dealing with it. Kids healing and forgiving, but the Queen of Wands reversed not. Or kids now seeing, or not, kids not seeing eye to eye with each other and may need to separate them and live at different houses. Centrally for the masculine is destiny that's slow. The Queen of Swords reversed, naysayer with codependency issues, ball and chain, Aquarius devil with overindulgence and gossip issues, and possibly third party or just interferes. Okay, so this Queen of Swords reversed was definitely coming up as a karmic energy. Or silent partner, Capricorn, with dreams of third party. Clearly the Empress spiritual or divorcing or breaking something, or the Empress and Hierophant reversed with dysfunctional family or family loss, or backpedaling to catch up or gain momentum to catch up. Bleeding out in the 5D or resting to recover from a birth, a surgery, or a trauma, PTSD as well. Secret is out, or some are ignorant or unaware, not using their intuition. Okay, and some people are using their intuition, they just don't know the secret yet. So that was, both of those things were coming up there. Magician manifesting without affection or sex, or sexually or creatively frustrated, but now learning to use Tantra to manifest magic. Divine feminine messenger of truth with announcements of truth, needing to be grounded and integrated by the divine masculine, by twins. After the fact or afterthoughts, right? So may have been felt like an afterthought to the masculine. Masculine may be saying, didn't think of, or wasn't thinking of that, or maybe they're just appreciating the feminine's ideas that they're hearing. The Emperor and King of Wands, unaware of the power and passion in it, in what the feminine is doing. The worst over, the bliss of the release, awake to avoidance, or the avoid dance, or the King of Swords and the High Priestess, Queen of Pentacles, burning her at the stake, her trying to burn the past. Now crowning is alchemy, the impatience, no patience. That could be patience as in being calm, but also literally people with patience who have, doctor-patient kind of jobs. But that was coming up as well. Imbalance at night, or as the full moon waxes, the sealed divine feminine completes, comes full circle. Or gossiped as, or from Jenny from the block, working to align, crack codes, ground, and hold on loosely, but don't let go. Clinging to family, money, or legacy, this is the divine masculine, death, inheritance, and Queen of Swords at night, ungrounding her again. So that could be that Queen of Swords Aquarius energy that was coming up reversed, which then causes problems for the masculine, and then that ungrounds the feminine because she recharges the masculine's energy. And don't forget the pin that I showed you before, the safety pin. So the safety pin opens when the pressure releases, and that's the cue for the feminine to recharge through the sun's energies and then bring it back again. It fills up her tank and her masculine's tank, and then the pin closes, the vacuum creates, and then the masculine can function again, okay? So let's see here. Yeah. So clinging to the family, money, or legacy, death, inheritance, and the Queen of Swords reversed at night, ungrounding the divine feminine again. Or the divine feminine seems to magically transform into abundance, and the masculine or the karmic is trying to figure out why, or how did she do that? Impatiently leading the way through purges, tears, stress, up nights, expanding through transformation, stable home into savings, reaping rewards and feeling worthy, expanding higher mind and synchronicities and real dreams, rebirth, and crazy Sag female who drinks or makes potions trying to control the King of Swords, while the wicked Empress, who's coming up as the devil, tries to control the High Priestess, Queen of Pentacles reversed, from her passionate new beginning with her masculine. So there could definitely be here a mother-daughter team, so it could be the karmic and her mother. Scorpio, Sagittarius, Taurus, Capricorn, Pisces come up here. The mother and daughter could have a friend as well who is Wiccan or is experienced in spell work or voodoo, helping them get between the King of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles to stop their new beginning. Or the evil Empress is making threats to cut off his penis and doing an Elena Bobbitt move. Bob Saget and Elena Bobbitt, not a good combo. Or literally cut off one of his balls as he runs for help. She holds it up to show him, you know what's next. Or if you know it's good for you, you'll get me what I want now. I'm literally getting this stuff. Or just castrates him emotionally, whether this is karmic, mother or mother-in-law, or someone cut off something accidentally and someone found the appendage to run in the ambulance with them. Or someone found their balls, right? So they got brave and left. Soon, reflection, Knight of Pentacles offers help to turn the wheel around. So it's turn the beat around, but I was getting to turn the wheel around. Flip the boat back over. And then I was getting, after it's been capsized, right? So turn it upside down, all right? So that was coming up about turn the wheel around, flip the boat back over. Oh, what's that song too? I was just getting from like junior high school. Rock the boat, baby. All right, so that was coming up too. I was getting, so after it's been capsized, but also ostracized. The King of Cups, Dark Night, versus the Hermit with the Light. and Knight of Wands, passionate bravery. What a match. Scorpio, Virgo, Libra, Sagittarius here. 9 Cups, found happiness alone spiritually as divorce or other break. With Taurus and Leo, ego, strong and packing. So someone could be packing a gun as well. Blinded by the light, ignorant to their worth, and reaping just rewards that were worked for and saved for. Practical and moderate. And that's why whoever has money has it, because they were moderate. They stayed at 0 point, right? In the center, in balance. Those with money have poker face and look average because they save and are private, no one else's business but theirs how much money they have. As the full moon rises and the dark night, and needing the courage to split, or Leo already out of control due to a split, sticking their butt into everyone's business. Instead of bleeding heart, I was getting bleeding their whole body to the neighborhood, getting around the block, or could be a completion or block party by the full moon eclipse. The Divine Masculine is coming up as seeing himself as the 8 of Flames, the Ring of Fire, left injured and penniless, or in need of help, not expressing, but flame-throwing, burdens or hard work, offering love to someone who ignores you and is bored. Or hard to offer love to someone with everything, or someone who's always grounding and integrating. Or someone at a performance was injured, a circus, fair, Cirque du Soleil, ballet, or gymnastics, now have to start from scratch. Hard to get someone to do all the things they did already over again, right? Because there's no inspiration. Wanting something different, to learn something new. Bored of the same old work, and ignored at home. And as I turned the page, it was 248. 2 is the High Priestess. 48 is that 8 of Cups, walking away from all you've built. So if you don't walk away, this is what happens. Someone gets injured, and now they can't even do that sport anymore that they've worked so hard all their life for. But it's to force them to be still, because they obviously have another mission. So engagement came up. All right, so moving to the next level. Let your friends help you. Religious factors, which doesn't have to be religion. It can be any differences between the twins. Let go of control issues. And last was release your ex. It's time to clear your energy. Around the Divine Masculine, or how he's seen, is the Hierophant, guidance counselor, marital counselor, for kids of divorce, and the Queen of Wands reversed, deliberating or making bad decisions for themselves, or mediating kids with their mother reversed, because she's coming up reversed, they're not, or the Queen of Wands and mediating the Queen of Wands with the twins. Taurus and Aquarius, clear blocks of the King of Wands shaman. So the masculine needs to clear blocks about shamans, or being the King of Wands shaman. Walking, and that shaman there looks like someone from the 70s, right? So you might have an illusion about what he has to look like. When he doesn't, he can be who he is. That's the whole point of this, is being authentic to who you are. Walking away from the past and the messenger of truth, or speaking his truth in order to free himself. He doesn't have to look the way you think from the old ways of doing things. It's all new. You get to make your own rules, masculines. Abundance comes up here as 88, like we said. And then even more so for the masculines today is spirituality and manifestation abilities, about the King of Pentacles. And the Magician, definitely. The 6 of Swords came up, and I was getting sailing with the 6 of Swords at the end there. And thunder in the distance started coming up. There were some crackles at 251, and 51 is the King of Swords. And then thunder started at the distance. As I started talking about the 6 of Swords, the peaceful waters, and sailing, but then I was getting Thunder Road. And then I was getting, but we'll try best as we can to carry on. Okay, so that was coming up. Sadness and regret, and trying to let go of 3rd to 4th baton. With all the clarity he knows now. So it's like he's gotten all the information now that he was looking for, that he kept 2 unworthy cups, but gave up and threw away 3 really good ones. and hurt them in the process. So he's trying to get over the guilt and grief of this, trying to find peace. Now, she'll never wake up. If the prince had left Sleeping Beauty this long, she definitely would have died for good. But instead, she continues to be bold with the past fires continuing right in front of her eyes. Defenseless to energies, Sovereign cuts through the crap, through the crown to the bottom of it. The harsh truth, the pins and needles, the gangrene, the surgery, and the stitches of it. And that was it. There's a confirmation there. It said I didn't catch that on my phone. So I'm going to say that again. Defenseless to the energies, the Sovereign cuts through the crap, through the crown to the bottom of it. The harsh truth, the pins and needles of it, the gangrene, the surgery, and the stitches of it. At 3:06, 3 is the Empress, 6 is the Lovers. And it started pouring rain right at that moment. So over it, up nights, rising above, or no longer resting, but sharing about the evil Empress, Devil, and the Queen of Cups reverse, emotional or manipulating in the aftermath of ungrounding the Queen of Pentacles, trying to take her down or put her back to sleep, a deep, deep sleep. You are very sleepy. Okay, so it's like coming up like the karmic and or the divine masculine or the mother, mother-in-law, whoever it is trying to put the feminine back to sleep. Or the masculine back to sleep as well. So PTSD comes up here between the Queen of Cups reversed and the Queen of Pentacles reversed, who can be two separate people or one and the same, because the feminine comes up many times together with the Queen of Cups and Queen of Pentacles in different positions. But there could be a split personality or two personas or two grown kids, friends or sisters of happy family or supposed happy family that gives too much to the wicked Empress, like in the fairy tales, right? The wicked stepsisters. Cinderella, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, and of course Rapunzel all come from traumatic backgrounds, guys. And then I got, no, that doesn't come up quite yet. Disconnecting from their higher selves when they were young because of this traumatic background until the prince wakes them up with his heart, the divine masculine's heart, the Batcave, to the dark night of the soul. Okay, get this all? Magnetizing impatience and chaos and ruin. Jenny from the block. End of the war comes with outpouring. And as soon as I wrote outpouring, the thunder went boom, like really loud thunder. So at the end of the war comes an outpouring or a downpouring of Thunder Road, of apologies and well wishes. But once the King of Cups walks away, the gossipers and the haters start connecting the dots again with sneakiness, half-truths, always needing to come clean. And I turned the page there at 3:15. 3 is the Empress, 15 is the Devil, right? There's always going to be some like that. And then I was getting i.e., wash your mouth out with soap, right? The always needing to come clean. Wash your mouth out with soap. The never-ending story. 3D humans. And then I was getting, tradition. Tradition. Okay, so then the Fiddler on the Rooftops coming out. And out windows. And on Oprah couches, shouting their hearts out for everyone to hear, making it clear to all, and to all a good night. It is what it is. The princess's frog has arrived, and I'm getting major connection, jumping for joy in anticipation of that storybook kiss. The Knight of Wands, Queen of Wands reversed, not telling the truth about divorce until they choose their path of destiny, which is now slow, the challenge being the Queen of Pentacles reversed, ungrounded and alone, but with light, and the King of Wands impatient to find peace without meditating when disconnected from heart or disconnected from their heart. The Knight of Wands sharing grief with the Emperor, twins to choose path, Queen of Wands reversed, turned around and flying off the handle, challenged by Queen of Pentacles reversed because she's ungrounded. The Divine Masculine not expressing his feelings with Hermit about divorce and spirituality, the King of Wands shaman finding peace rising above the disconnect from the Batcave. Okay, so in Dark Night of the Soul, this story is the latest bat flick. Divine timing about to be here. Patience with children for your storybook ending. The challenge being, oh, it wasn't saying patience for your children. All right, I have to read this last part again. The Divine Masculine not expressing feelings with Hermit about divorce and spirituality. The King of Wands shaman finding peace in rising above, disconnect from the Batcave or his heart. In the Dark Night, which is Batman, in Dark Night of the Soul, the latest bat flick, divine timing about to be here, guys. Patience, children, for your storybook ending. The challenge being the Queen of Pentacles reversed, ungrounded, building up to the full moon events. So that is your story today. It was really cool, actually. What I'm getting from Spirit is when you work hard on your good children, you get your just reward. And all you know how storybook and fairy tales end. There's your confirmation. All right, so I was getting some really beautiful messages from Spirit for you guys to keep your hopes up, that it was not done in vain, that all of your hard work and toughing it out, that you will have your just rewards. And you know what that is. It's called love. So I'm going to pull some last cards for you to see what comes up. Because that was definitely a one of a kind message. They were definitely bringing up your fairy tales come true. It can happen to you if you're young at heart, or if you're Batman. Okay, so here we go. All right. Everyone take a deep breath. Oh, how beautiful. This fell out and was sliding right down the couch, all right? The guy jumping on the couch, Tom Cruise. The Tom Cruise move. I'm going to put it back in, but that fell out for you guys. The smooth moves. Putting on those smooth moves. All right. So on this July 11, 2019, for everyone watching, the best and highest good of all is concerned, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn? And Joshua, what is it we need to know? What does we need to learn? Everyone take another deep breath. All right, let's see how it goes. Oh, well, that came right out. First one out is recovery, okay? Coming back into the fold. They're so funny. They're referencing the storybook. Coming back into the fold of the book. You get to come back into the book again. Oh, what movie was that? Where they literally, is that, shoot, what's it called? You know, where they have all the storybooks come alive, and they get kicked out of the book, but it's a problem because then the book never ends, so they get to come back into the story. I love that. Spirit's so funny. Then we have the Ten of Swords reversed, and the Ace of Swords upright, and the Page of Wands reversed. So again, this is about the bliss of letting the pain drop out of your back, right? That feels good. It's like when you have appendicitis. When you press in, it's not when it hurts, it's when you let go that it really hurts. Well, here's the opposite here, right? Allowing the bliss of the pain falling out of your back. So when you let go, all will be fine. Okay. You have the truth coming out, right? This is Excalibur, so the sword's been pulled from the stone. After the end, the worst is over in the never-ending story. And then the Page of Wands is reversed because he's impatient, little guy, right? He's frustrated. Well, let's get going now. That's that kid who's throwing temper tantrums because they want what they want when they want it. But in a physical way, right? It's not the whiny one. All right, so then we have the Queen of Swords reversed with the Ten of Pentacles and the World. And this is very much for me about the sealed divine feminine, coming full circle, marching to the beat of her own drum. It can also, Jenny from the block also came up with the block party stuff from that card. And the Queen of Swords, you know, that's the naysayer, right? She's falling off. She's falling away. Look at that. Okay? That this is, you don't need to listen to all that. All right? You have this legacy. You're all set. Okay. And then we have the Six of Cups reversed and the Hangman reversed as well, which is awake. Okay? So this could be, this is just, can be our negative past and awakening up from the past, awakening from the deep sleep. I love that. And also can just be working through the kids' issues that they're dealing with and any breaks, that kind of thing. But also can be just, you know, transmuting any left energies from your childhood or the past and just awakening, letting it all go, realizing it's a whole new perspective now that you're grown up, right? When you were a kid when all that happened to you, so the way you looked at it was very different than you see it now as an adult, okay? So to remember that the wounds we feel, we have to allow them to come up to the consciousness so we realize they're not what we thought they were, and Spirit's connecting with them. So then we have the Emperor reversed, the King of Wands upright, which actually they came up in the read together right here. The Emperor reversed and the King of Wands upright and the Page of Cups upright, which I'm getting Jesus energy now, which I don't always from the Page of Cups. But I'm getting that innocent, pure love of the King of Wands, right? He's the man of passion. It's natural. This is like the Page of Wands, right? This is when he's upright. He's in his innocent heart, his love. And even when he has to deal with the Emperor reversed, who's out of control, but this could be ego death as well, right? He's getting rid of that now. See how they're just falling away? Okay, and then here we have the Eight of Cups. I can't remember what position it was in the read. Seeing if I can catch it real quick. But I'm not. I can't remember. But anyway, it's reversed here. But this can be a good thing because this represents, for me, sitting through the uncomfortable feelings, not avoiding them. This is about letting the wounds come up to your consciousness so they can be released. So this is a good thing. Not walking away from difficult emotions, but walking through them to really clear out the wounds so you have a really beautiful storybook ending when you get out of the tunnel. Then we have the Star reversed and the Five of Cups reversed. So this has to do with loss of hope and depression, but letting go of it and getting over yourself, that you can do it. Okay? It's not the end of the world, right? You know that. You know what it is. So, time to get over that stuff. It's like any residual stuff is coming up now to be released at this full moon. And there we go. I don't know if I can hold all these cards. 4 cards coming up anymore. Yeah, 5, 6. All right, that's it. I need 2 hands to hold these cards because the whole punch came up at once. All right, so all 6 cards came up together. We have that Ace of Wands in the beginning. Here. The Moon reversed, the Sun reversed, the King of Pentacles reversed, the Seven of Wands reversed, and then the Two of Pentacles guy. So we have, I was just talking about the new part, passionate start as we come to the full moon. But don't forget, this is reminding us that there's an eclipse at the full moon, okay? It's partial, but that's what this is representing. And it can represent also releasing all of the residual deception attached to this new passion. Also can have to do with being up early in the morning, okay? Too early. Maybe you can't sleep, so you're waking up early, but that might be because of this moon coming up in whatever position it is. And then we have here, so that's, you know, reiterating the eclipse coming up, okay? The sun and the moon. Okay? So not to worry, it's not about negativity. It's about this eclipse drying out all this last crap out of you, right? Any ungroundedness, any feelings about loss of money and status, trusting and being present and letting go of whatever needs to go, okay? Letting go, not caring anymore, feeling defenseless to the energies and attacks, but no longer caring, I don't care if I lost some money. I don't care if they attack me. I don't care what they say. I'm just going to go on my merry way. Okay? Even if the ships are going on behind him, he still goes on and creates new patterns for himself. Okay? He doesn't let all the fray bother him. This is what they've learned and you've learned. All right? So, last final cards. Hold on, I got to use two hands again because they're coming out too many together. The bottom of the deck, just so you know, is the Queen of Cups reversed, right? These can be being over emotional, purging. It can be tears of joy. Okay, it can be manipulative too, but we're not getting a whole lot of that for the twins right now. All right, so this is the magician embodiment. When the master comes into his magician embodiment and comes forward to make magic, he creates tears of joy in the feminine, okay, after he is healed, right? He rose above his situation, healed, and came into his embodiment and causes tears of joy. This could be also tears of sadness for the karmic, and then tears of joy for the feminine. And these last four cards is the Three of Pentacles reversed, Six of Pentacles reversed, the Ace of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles upright. Okay, so this could very much be about paying out, settling out, leaving a job, leaving a situation, whatever it is. This could be the masculine, you know, dealing with and settling out all those issues so that he can come. And this could be the divine feminine. While he's doing all this, she continues to offer her love to support everything he still has to wrap up, okay? So don't forget to stay grounded, keep your energy up, you know, and do what makes you feel joyful to help keep his energy up. Stay balanced at 0 point. And we're talking not really excited either. You want to stay calm, happy, but balanced, okay? All right, so the last two cards just reminding you about the imbalances. Happy and balanced, not this stuff, not overindulgences, not gossipy, and not, this is, you know, for me, this is chaos before it's detox, right? There has to be the chaos before the detox happens. It's the same with here, right? You hit bottom, and then that's when you rise. But also it goes both ways. So if there's too much excitement, you're going to fall also. So stay at the middle point. It works both ways. Okay, guys. Drink your water, get your rest, stay grounded, and you know the routine. Rise and be loved.